The Added Time Podcast.
Hello guys, hope you enjoyed that new intro made by our very own Harry Martin. This is the Added Time Podcast, the world's #1 apolitical sports podcast. I'm Tiers Comber, the main speaker, we call her, me. And
Whoa! Main speaker. Whoa.
I'm the host.
We're not your
You're my
backup
co-host.
dancers.
Well, as you can hear there, I'm joined by my ever-present co-host Harry Martin. How have you been?
Yeah, you've heard me nice and vocal in previous episodes. You know, we've got our newest member, our third member, is actually here live in the flesh, not in the. He's out of the Peruvian cave. But overall, I am good.
As you heard him, Mr. Roboto, it's Jam Sav. How are you?
Wow, yeah, as Harry said, out of the Peruvian cave, I've managed to fix my mic problems this week, and James Savage, i.e. me, is in the building, guys. Hello.
It's not been we had a 2-week drought of podcasts, but hopefully we'll be back, and we're back in the podcast booth and smashing them out now. That 2 weeks has kind of reflected the weather as well. Not great at the moment. Great to do stuff. But the good news is football is returning in England, so we will have
Lots to talk about.
Daily dose. Yeah, a lot of talking points, which we will get to in another podcast. But today's podcast, as I'm sure you've read by the title, if you can read, lol. Is
They might not. We accept all people.
we accept all people. I mean, that's why some people listen to podcasts. They don't want to read a book.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Claiming this would be in book form, but here we go. Today is the World 11 debate. So what we're going to be doing is we've all made a World 11. We don't know each other's yet, so it'll be interesting for us as well to hear them. And we're going to go through each position, say who we think the best in the world is, and hopefully debate. Maybe we'll have three nominations. Maybe we'll have one.
Yeah.
All at the grill. And at the end, we'll come to 111.
It's going to be a bit like our famous YouTube episode.
Yeah, so, which hopefully we'll post on Twitter, and you guys can interact with.
You know what, lads, as we go through, I'm going to make the combined 11 as we go through, all right?
Good idea.
Right,
good idea.
perfect.
That'll save us.
We'll post that up on Twitter to increase the argument. And the website, if new thing, the website is live, 45plusfree.com, the offshoot website of the podcast. You can see all the podcast episodes on there, so little plug for the website.
Go and hit it up, lads.
That's 4, 5, and 3 in numbers, and plus as a word, PLUS.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying this.
Yeah, so we should have lots of articles up there. We signed a few people, including us three and Jacob Jessup, the esteemed Loughborough University lecturer.
Yeah.
And we should have
several great articles
as well. But anyway, enough of the chitter chatter. Let's get into the World 11. I'm going to let James start with the goalkeeper today. We'll go through the position each at a time. We'll let James start because he's got his new mic, so he probably wants to get himself a bit more out there. Yeah. Start with the goalkeeper, James. Go for it and your reasoning.
Mine's a no-brainer, really, and I think if you don't have this man in your goal, then there's something seriously wrong with you. I've gone for Jan Oblak. Mm-hmm. To be honest, you could pick him purely for his performance against Arsenal in that Europa League. Was it a semi-final? Honestly, that guy, he's just incredible. But yeah, hands down the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with James there. Got the same. After seeing that performance in the flesh, I mean, I was just absolutely flabbergasted, and I don't think anyone really comes close to him. I mean, maybe I don't really think Alisson is the shot stopper that he is.
They're all a bit inconsistent. I think they're such a defensive team, which I think helps him. But also, they have other teams on top of them the whole game taking pot shots, and he's got 96 clean sheets in La Liga, the most out of any keeper ever, and he's still only 27. So he still could get better, and he's mainly only halfway through his career as a keeper. So
the shame for him is that I do feel like he's going to end up being one of those players who is overlooked by the mainstream fans because he plays for an Atletico Madrid and probably won't. If he stays there his whole career, he's probably not going to win the most trophies. So when you look back at it, people will go, "Oh, well, Alisson was the best keeper. He just played in the best team," which would be a shame for him.
I
But I
think
think
it
the real
depends
one
what
to
you
know,
want as a keeper, though, because Alisson could literally play midfield, and same with Ederson at Man
yeah.
City. But I think if you're talking an actual keeper, because Oblak's still good with his feet, it just has to be Oblak for an all-rounder.
I mean, if we're taking this back a couple of years, you would have said De Gea, but the guy's fallen off.
Yeah, he's
Oblak's
looking
really come
very
into his own. So
same with Neuer.
butterfingers recently.
yeah, Neuer as well. Yeah.
Neuer's just got old though. He's definitely the
Yeah.
oldest of the bunch.
In terms of people who
So-
could probably get there, I mean, Ter Stegen's got a good future, I think. I'm not sure how old he is. He's probably about the same age, actually, thinking about it. But
Yeah, he's
I
another
don't really-
underlooked one, but I don't think
I think
Barcelona.
Leno's underrated as well, but he's getting on a little bit. He's still not as he's
Yeah.
not as fruitful as he once was.
well, swiftly moving on from that easy
So
pick for
wait,
us,
so we've decided Oblak, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
unanimously. Let's move on to right back. I'll get started here. This is an interesting one for me. I did originally have Kimmich, but I thought it would be unfair to put him there as a right back, considering he doesn't really play there anymore. So
Well, it's a bit of a controversial one because I'm just going to say something. That's who I've picked.
you got
Nice.
Kimmich
I'm
as
going
right
to speak
back.
about him anyway.
Okay, we can come back. I've got Alexander-Arnold purely for being a right back.
That's who I would have said, so we can debate whether.
Kimmich Kimmich obviously started as a right back, but I think for the last few seasons he has played centre mid, and
That's done, you're right.
personally is one of the best centre mids in the world. So I don't know. It's up to you guys if you want to debate the.
I'd happily go with Arnold, but yeah, I don't know.
If I was like, it depends. If we're picking a team as like a manager, I definitely would rather have just to fit Kimmich in.
Yeah,
Because the midfield's so packed, just to fit him in, I'd put him right back, and I think he'd still do a job better than Arnold.
Definitely.
So I don't. Although though he doesn't necessarily play right back all the time at the moment.
as a player,
still
there's no doubt that he's better than Alexander-Arnold. I'll definitely say that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just. Should we just go for Kimmich in there then? And
Yeah, as we
Well,
originally
got a
picked.
question for you boys. Do you think Arnold will go in the same vein as Kimmich then and move a little bit more central?
You definitely could do. I just think they
they
don't really need him to though at Liverpool.
No.
Like
yeah, I
at
can see
Bayern,
it.
they needed CDMs, didn't they?
I can see it happening for England. I can't see it
Yeah.
happening for Liverpool because I think Reece James may.
Or Wan-Bissaka. Oh my god, they're both class.
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
both of the. I think that's going to
And
be a
Max
situation where we're trying to fit Kimmich in here, where England have a lot of class right backs, and it's
Yeah,
trying
one
to
of
fit
them's gonna
all
have to
players
move.
into the team. So,
Yeah.
Reece James can play centre mid as well, as we saw for Wigan
yeah.
last year. So,
Yeah.
So we've gone Kimmich right back, yeah?
I'll go
Yeah,
Kimmich
yeah.
right back. Harry,
Just
do you want to
fit him
get
in.
started? We'll do both the centre backs because it's not
We'll
really.
do both.
Yeah, go
Well,
for both.
I mean, there's one obvious one that I think everyone's got, which is Van Dijk.
Yep.
And I was having a think for my second one. I don't really like many other centre backs, and so I've gone for Laporte because every time he does play for Man City, I just think he uses class.
What a player.
Such a good, unreal. And
Interesting.
it's just I don't really Ramos and that for me they're a little bit over the hill. That's sort of Varane. I don't think he was great at the moment, and I just went for Laporte overall. I know he's been injured. I think he's been injured for a little bit, but when he does play, I think he's amazing.
Yeah, he's class.
I'm gonna debate Varane purely on the base that Laporte doesn't get into the French squad over him, and Varane was, while he hasn't been great, more because Real Madrid have fallen off the last couple of seasons. I don't think that's
win though.
yeah, exactly. And Varane really was the man at the back. I don't think you'd say Titi got them through that World Cup. It was Varane at the back, and purely for that basis, I'd throw Varane next to Van Dijk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to concede on this one. I've gone for a player I haven't really watched, but a lot of people put him in our stead. So I've gone for Koulibaly, but like I said, I'll happily concede because I know he's good, but I haven't watched enough of him. So.
That was my thinking because I'll throw my hands up. I don't watch a lot of Serie A, and he doesn't play for a country which I watch a lot of either.
Exactly.
So I think it would be unfair for me to say the best in the world based on his FIFA rating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think they're three different centre backs, with Laporte being a bit more of a passer playing. Koulibaly's more just raw pace,
I mean, as a
size,
partnership,
and Varane's sort of a mix of both.
if you were to
Yeah.
pick the team to work well together, I would probably go Laporte with Van Dijk.
Purely based on the fact that Laporte is a left-footed centre.
Yeah. Them two together would be.
Well, boys, I'll let you two pick. I'm going to go with Laporte, and then
if we're making a team, Laporte is left-footed.
Yeah.
I think it would make a better team because left-footed centre backs.
They're all good shouts, I'd say. If you're going off recent form and stuff, they're all probably there and thereabouts. So it's just a hard one. But Van Dijk's the shoe in. No,
I'll let you have him. But let's just say you guys owe me one.
Okay, fine.
For one of my controversial picks.
Oh dear.
Okay, I'll start off with the left back then. This one was a bit of a hard one, purely based on I don't think there's a lot of world talent. I didn't want to pick this guy purely because I just know that they gas it up too much. But I've gone for Robertson.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. I was trying to think of someone else, but there isn't really right now.
I mean, Alphonso Davies maybe in the future, but not for the time being.
Yeah, but it's only his first season.
You can't pick like Marcelo anymore. Like it's just ridiculous. Like you can't if you're picking them. Like he's a good player, but he's well over. Yeah, you like it's just only because people only pick them because they play for Barcelona and Real Madrid. Like if we're talking about Robertson, for definitely the last 2 years,
another
guy best left back.
If he keeps up with his form, I mean, having watched a little bit of the Bundesliga recently. Guerrero for Borussia Dortmund really coming into his own.
I'm not sure about defensively, but attacking wise, he scores just as much. He's must be about 15 goals a season minimum.
Yeah, his conversion rate is incredible.
Always scores in the Champions League as well. I've always liked the look of him. I'm just not sure about, but that's the same with all them. The Dortmund players, not so good defensively, but very good in attack.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, okay, another pretty overwhelming one there for Robertson. Let's start with the midfield. James, how have you done this?
4-3-3.
Yeah, we've all gone 4-3-3. Have you gone with like one CDM and two attackers?
Yeah, I've gone for one holding, and then I've gone for one that's sort of going to sit and play box to box, and then one that's purely.
Have you done the same, Eric? Then we can.
I've gone for sort of two centre mids and a cam, but one of them's a little bit more defensive.
That's essentially.
I don't know. Yeah. It's definitely attacking.
We'll do all our defensively minded midfielders.
Go on then. I've got. I mean, it's unfair to call him defensive minded, but we'll go with him. It's Toni Kroos. Guy's incredible. Absolutely. But, what he offers, his passing range, is his movement off the ball. To say he's slow, I mean, the FIFA ratings absolutely shake him. He's not that slow. And he's actually, I mean, Modric was probably the best centre mid. I mean, he won Ballon d'Or, didn't he? But I think Toni Kroos has gone way beyond what Modric was, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a fair one. In terms of the defensively minded, I did have Kimmich, which we have now. So I'll concede and let you guys battle out with your
right. So I don't know. He technically does play CDM though for Bayern Munich, so I went for Thiago.
He's a good player. Very good.
I just think he's so good, so good on the ball, and for what he does for Bayern, he just keeps them ticking over side to side, and he's got that dribbling.
I feel like he's
to get out of tight spaces. Yeah, exactly.
Like Kroos is at his peak, whereas
over the hill. Thiago's own, especially him and Kimmich in the two CDMs, is just like Bayern are going to be so good. So that's my pick for a defensive.
Tried to carry
you've sort of got the deciding pick.
As a defensive player, I'd go Kroos. I wouldn't leave Thiago out. We can come back to the other two centres.
We'll keep him in the mix.
But we can go with Kroos as the CDM. Considering Kimmich got knocked out early. Do you want to do your two others, Harry? I think one we're all going to have.
I was just taking a quick sip of my coffee there.
I think one we're all going to have. Which get out of the way.
I've gone for left centre mid, like De Bruyne. I think everyone's got that.
I think we'd all got.
He's in there.
Yeah. And then
the last
Cam. I've gone for Cam centre forward, sort of behind the striker, Messi.
Ooh.
Only because I couldn't fit him in my attack because I just think my striker, you just can't leave him out.
Tears is red with smoke coming out of his ears right now.
That's right. In the world.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. He's literally striker or cam. I don't. If you're saying Messi's a winger, it's just ridiculous. I don't know. That was the only way I could fit him in by putting
It's
him
not going to sit well.
cam. So
I mean, we can eliminate Mane now. So we've all got De Bruyne. We decided, best centre in the world, probably one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
And then you can sort of count mine out, but it's just a player I love watching when he's on top of his game, which is Paul Pogba.
No, definitely a good player, but just
on top
obviously,
of his game, just incredible.
Okay, interesting.
It feels like
the last one I had was actually a player who I think on his day is probably in that best three in the world, and that is N'Golo Kante.
Oh, how have we all left him out?
I think
I did, but I just
based on
not
this
recently.
season. Based on this season, I think it was unfair because for the last couple of years he hasn't really been playing in the kind of setup that I think utilises him most.
You could even go Kante, Kroos, De Bruyne. You go Kante as a holding.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it just means I will not be voting for Messi.
That's good. Well, Messi will be in the top three, in the front three. I think that's
not for me.
So who are we going in number 7 then? Well, in the centre mid, sorry. I think it's got to be Kante, isn't it?
I think we got to throw Kante in.
Oh, what this at the moment? Oh, even I'm a Chelsea fan. I just think he's.
But then if I said at the moment, just based on this season,
but out the three though.
But recently,
if it's based on this season,
out the three,
you throw like Frankie De Jong in.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to be happy if
you wouldn't put Messi or Pogba over Kante, would you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Would you put Messi in the front three, personally? So where's putting Kante then? CDM or centre mid ahead of Kroos?
Let's just keep that as a three. De Bruyne, Kroos, Kante. I think
we'll put it as a solid fixed three, not one sitting. Though.
What a joke!
Okay. Now I'm interested to hear your right wing has considering Messi isn't.
Well, you can guess.
I know
my favourite player ever.
Mbapskins.
CR7
as a winger.
Right
okay. All right.
Well,
right wing.
If you leave the striker out, can I just say, because I've got Lewandowski as striker, he is the goated striker. His stats are just as good as Messi and Ronaldo. Like you can't even deny that.
No, Tiers hasn't got Ronaldo in his team.
Well, to leave Lewandowski out is just.
Well, let's start with the right wing.
No, Tiers, because I'm just going to invalidate.
Well, yeah. Anyway, that's why Ronaldo's right wing.
Because
that's why Ronaldo's right wing. So I do have Messi and Ronaldo in. Just
same. This one. We'll start with the right wing. I think
I've got Messi.
Right winger.
Yeah, Messi. Yeah.
I think you have to say as a right winger.
It's Messi, and then I've got
that
Ronaldo.
We retweeted the other on the Twitter the other week.
Yeah, his progression.
And he's played quite a lot, but there's quite a lot of red on the right across his career. So I think he is the GOAT right winger.
Yeah. I did have him in. Just
striker was probably my hardest one because I desperately Ronaldo obviously has to be in the team. There's no doubt about it.
So he goes up front then.
I just want to leave it a debate.
How can you leave Lewandowski out? Like that's how I've got Messi and Ronaldo in.
I was debating on whether to have Ronaldo or Lewandowski up front because at the moment I'd 100% have Lewandowski over Ronaldo.
The last 2 years, even I love Ronaldo, but Lewandowski is literally as good as Messi and Ronaldo.
If you look at the goals this year, I think Ronaldo may have scored 20 and 35, and Lewandowski scored 43 and 38 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous, so good.
Guesstimates, but as a striker, I think Lewandowski goes in over Ronaldo. But then, do we push Ronaldo onto the wing where he hasn't played in years?
But that's why I've got Messi and Cam, just because I couldn't. Obviously, Kante was more just I'd happily get rid of Kante just to get Messi.
Well, then what you could
Ronaldo
do then is go 4-3-1-2, put Messi in the hole, and then have Ronaldo and Lewandowski up top. But then Lewandowski only works with wingers. So.
Yeah. Well. That's just my explanation for having Lewandowski at strikers. Not that I was disrespecting Ronaldo or anyone, but. That's how I got them all in the team because I thought they had.
T.S., who's your third? So you got Messi, Ronaldo on the wings with Lewandowski up top.
I had Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar. I left Lewandowski out just to fit Ronaldo in because I didn't.
I went Messi, Ronaldo, Sterling.
Oh wow, Zaruni.
No Sane.
Well, Sterling on.
The thing is though, if we're talking about stats wise, Mbappe, like, he's been all right, but he's literally playing in the French league. He's not really set the world like on the big
if
stage
you're going,
recently.
if you're going on that, then you put Mane or Salah in at one of the wings.
Well, you do, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
or,
still
or,
pick Sterling.
or push Ronaldo left wing.
Younger, his goal and assist ratio, the season City won it last season. Oh my lord!
That's the big debate here. Then is
Go.
do we have Ronaldo and Lewandowski in the team, or just one of them?
I think you have to. I think what we'd do is go for, or you push Ronaldo left wing. But I mean, the best way to get them in for a functioning team would be to have them both play up front with Messi in the hole. Personally,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and also if we manage to get Kimmich in right back, if he's not necessarily playing right back, it's all
are you
bending the
happy with
rules
that?
a little
Yeah.
bit already.
And I'd even probably go Lewandowski sitting a little bit further ahead than Ronaldo, and Ronaldo sort of sitting,
I mean,
Like
making it work.
Christmas tree with
Yeah,
Ronaldo and Messi next to
oh,
each other.
yeah.
yeah, I mean, the hate we're
Yeah.
gonna get if we don't get Messi and Ronaldo now, I think
I like your
it's
idea
not
there,
even
Chris.
worth
Like a little
thinking about.
on FIFA, it would be a 4-3-2-1, that sort of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we're just gonna have to say sorry to Mbappe, Neymar, Mane, Salah, and Sterling that we just can't leave Ronaldo out.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
if we revisited this,
Well,
in a
actually,
couple
no.
of years,
Wait, who have you got left mid then?
We've got
Ronaldo's,
Ronaldo sort of left forward sort of thing.
well, we got to have
and who's
Ronaldo,
right forwards?
Messi.
And then who's Cam?
No
We don't
one.
have a Cam.
We've got Kante, Kroos, De Bruyne, Ronaldo, Messi, Lever.
Oh.
I'll read you the team anyway, lads. So in goal, we've got Oblak. The
Yeah.
two centre backs, we go in Laporte and Van Dijk. Right back Kimmich, left back Robertson. So that defence is solid, isn't it? With that keeper as well.
Yeah.
Not need many goals at all. Three in the middle, Kroos sort of sitting a little bit deeper with Kante just ahead, and then De Bruyne even further forward. And then Ronaldo, Messi, and Lever as a front three. To be honest, I think they're so good, that front three, that they could all move around anyway and still be dangerous.
Yeah, and then there's so many other good players. Like haven't even mentioned Hazard. Like realistically, we're talking about on his day, he's definitely got to be easily one of the best dribblers. Got to be up there. It's just there's so many good players in attack. It's
on his
just
day,
hard
but
to-
today he's fat.
Well, I don't think that's true.
And as he tweeted,
Apparently, reports coming out of Real Madrid that he's come back looking like the best player in the world. I read that
Anyone seen
yesterday on
Higuain?
Twitter.
Can I add?
I haven't actually.
Maybe back in his
Awful.
Napoli
Looks like
heyday.
looks like he's been flipping burgers, mate. Dreadful look.
I don't think he's ever been in shape,
Even
really.
it's just some of the pictures. Though, did you see the one that they took of Mitrovic, where he looks like he has tits, but then he takes his shirt off in the next one. He's built as anything.
Yeah. Sometimes definitely the angle.
Because they took one of De Bruyne and he looked a bit like he'd had a few too many burgers, but I'll see it when I see it.
Just
You know.
always
I wouldn't want to tell him that either. Mitrovic might take your head off.
Exactly, yeah. Mitrovic's
Yeah.
on fire in that. But yeah, that was our World 11. Quite enjoyed doing the 11s. We could have some more coming at the end of this back end of the season. Team of the seasons coming.
Yeah,
an all-time World 11.
All-time World 11. Yeah.
Another idea I've got is World 11 beginning with the name H, and then we'll go through each of our
Or if
first letters of our name.
Or have you seen the Carragher 11, which looks really hard that he did put down this you have to choose a World 11, but none of them are allowed to have played together, club or country.
Ooh,
Like, it's very hard. Yeah.
Well, we might get some of them drafted up, and then send in any other 11s you'd like us to do, guys, on Twitter.
Yeah, so
or comment on the blog on the website.
Yeah,
well.
Twitter added
you could have this
pod.
You could have this whole team apart from Kimmich and Lewandowski.
Yeah, true.
And Van Dijk and Robertson. Oh, and Laporte. Yeah, ignore me. Carry on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Twitter at addedtime_pod, website www.45plus3.com, or is it .co.uk? .com for our American listeners. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back with our Premier League and Championship predictions very soon ahead of the new season. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening, guys. I've really enjoyed your company. Bye.
Bye-bye.